Cardinals fans, you did it. You got to 100 subscribers on our brand new Cardinals-only YouTube channel. So we're going to have a Rumors mailbag for you guys. But if you want another video, you got to get to 300 subscribers. You can see the link there at the bottom of your screen, chatsports.com/Cardinals TV. But we're also making your lives easier. That's just the redirect link. You click, it'll take you to the YouTube. But the clickable link is available in the comments. It's the pinned comment and in the description as well. So if you want a new video, go subscribe right now. From David Renteria, hashtag Cardinals, being a smart man already using that hashtag. Can the Cardinals be a wild card team? Their schedule doesn't seem that hard. They can go 11-5. I do think that the out-of-division games schedule isn't that difficult. You got some tricky games on there. The game against the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Bills, and the Patriots. Those are the 4 non-NFC West games that really jump out to me as the difficult ones. But the NFC West, I think, is the best division in football, partially because the Cardinals last year, being the worst team, are now going to be a legitimate playoff contender, I believe. But that's 6 games right there. That's 4 against those other teams. So I am curious to see how the Cardinals fare. I think 11-5 is kind of more of the higher echelon in terms of their potential outcomes, maybe one of their more better case scenarios. But if you can split games against the Cowboys, Eagles, Bills, and Patriots, tricky to do. That's only 2 losses there. Then you can just go 500 in the NFC West. That's 11-5. So it is possible. I think maybe more 9-7, 10-6 is a little bit more of an attainable goal. But if the Cardinals can take down the Rams, take down the Seahawks multiple times, that's a huge boost for that to actually go down. So what will be the Cardinals' record in 2020? I want all of you guys to throw your predictions in the comments section. I do think they're a team on the rise. I'm not convinced 11-5 is the outcome. Maybe the over-under is more like 9-5 given where they were, or 9.5 given where they were last year. From Galileo, who will be the number 2 receiver this season, Larry or Kirk? Both had similar stats 2019. Kirk missed 3 games. Well, you're exactly right. The numbers are, I would argue, almost startlingly similar. Almost identical target numbers, more catches for Fitz, 1 more touchdown. The averages are very similar, more yards for Fitz. But that is with Kirk missing 3 games. So if Kirk plays all 16 games, the numbers very much favor him. Now, Fitzgerald continues to somehow still be a very, very good NFL receiver at his advanced age, but this could potentially be a big-time breakout year for Christian Kirk and for Kyler Murray, too. I think Christian Kirk, entering that 3rd year, is going to emerge as the legitimate number 2 target for the Arizona Cardinals. He'll probably take some more away from Fitz, and if he plays all 16 games, I think his numbers, frankly, across the board, will end up being higher than Fitz. But cast your votes. F for Fitzgerald or K for Christian Kirk. From Cameron, will Hopkins have 1,000 yards receiving? Oftentimes, we get questions here at Chat Sports that are a little too high of expectations. But yeah, I think that Deandre Hopkins is going to have 1,000 yards receiving. He had 954 with bums like Brock Osweiler throwing him passes. Like, he's going to get 1,000 yards, provided, of course, he's healthy and plays in all 16 games. I think 1,000 yards would, if he just barely gets there, would frankly be a bit of a disappointment in year 1 for Hopkins. The Cardinals are going to throw it. Kyler Murray's going to love having Hopkins on that team. I think at minimum, Hopkins will go for 1,000 yards. I think you see a bit, maybe even more like his 2018 or 2017 type production, double-digit touchdowns, over 100-ish catches, and plenty of yards. Now, is Hopkins the best receiver in the NFL? Who do you guys think it is? I'm sure Texans fans would probably still be voting for Hopkins. I think you Cardinals fans are now going to be all aboard the Hopkins train. I still think Julio Jones is in that discussion. I think Michael Thomas is in there too. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. And speaking of Hopkins, you guys can get a DeAndre Hopkins Cardinals jersey at chatsports.com/Cardinals jersey. Now, the Hopkins jerseys are not on sale right now. The Kyler Murray ones are, though, 25% off. Same link, same URL. Tell you what, folks, Father's Day, it's like a week away, less than a week away, actually. So maybe you just say, hey, Dad, it's not here yet. It got delayed because of the shipping issues with everything going on, but I got you a DeAndre Hopkins or I got you a Kyler Murray jersey. He's not going to care if it comes in a little bit later. He's going to be glad you got him a jersey. So go check it out. The link's in the comments and the description at chatsports.com/Cardinals Cardinals jersey. From longtime subscriber Bosco Gamer, will Kenyan Drake rush for 1,000 yards this season? Drake was a completely different player once he got out of Miami and got over to Arizona. I think he's a great fit for what Cliff Kingsbury wants to do on offense. Now, in 8 games last year, he ran for 643 yards. Easy math there. You double it, you're almost at 13. I think it's doable for Kenyan Drake. I think 1,000 is probably a pretty good over-under. It does depend, of course, if he stays healthy, if they utilize Chase Edmonds a little bit more, and if the Cardinals are in position to run the football enough. I think they will be, so I'm going to go with yes. Drake goes for 1,000 yards on the ground. From Dylan Kubog, or however you pronounce the last name there, Dylan, my bad. Will Chandler Jones win Defensive Player of the Year? I think Chandler Jones is awesome. I think Chandler Jones should have been in discussion for that award in a legitimate way. 2 of the past 3 years. 19 sacks last year with 8 forced fumbles. 17 sacks, 26 with 28 tackles for loss. Like, Chandler Jones is awesome. He is a baller, but he doesn't, and this is not fair to him, he doesn't get the same national hype that he should be getting. If Khalil Mack goes for 19 sacks this year, he's probably going to win Defensive Player of the Year. Now, that's not fair, but because it's Chandler Jones, who I think consistently is underrated in the national media, I think the answer is no, even though from a production standpoint, he absolutely should be in that discussion, and that's reflected in the odds. Chandler Jones in the Defensive Player of the Year odds, plus 2,000, he's tied for 7th. He's behind Aaron Donald and Nick Bosa and Watt and Mack and the other Watt and Myles Garrett. Like, that's not necessarily fair. I think Jones should be in discussion of the best defensive players in the NFL because he is that good. He's just not often in that discussion. From Laser US, some more award talk. Could the Cardinals get multiple NFL awards at the end of the season? Could Kyler win MVP? Hopkins and Jones could win Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year. It makes sense from an individual standpoint. We just mentioned Jones, how he should be in discussion. Hopkins can put up the big-time numbers to be in there. And Kyler's been a very popular dark horse Rookie of the Year candidate to kind of fit that third-year quarterback ends up winning, or second-year quarterback ends up winning the MVP award. In the end, I don't think it ends up happening. I don't think that the Cardinals, if they almost have to go 16-0. Like, that's the only way that I think a massive award is given out to 3 of the same players. Like, that's the only way that I really see it going down. So I don't think that the Cardinals will end up winning all 3 of those awards, even though that'd be pretty baller for the Cardinals, and they're all really, I think, individually worthy of some discussion there. From V3 Fear. Question for the Chat Sports team. That's me, Tom Downey, today. Do you guys think Byron Murphy will bounce back and have a better year? He had a tough rookie year, being thrown into a full-time starting role after Pat P was suspended and Robert Alford broke his leg and didn't play at all. I remain high on Byron Murphy. You're right. He was put in a really tough spot last year, especially early on, asking a young corner, which oftentimes has a whole lot of impact, a whole lot of difficulty against these top-end receivers that he hasn't always faced at the college level and most times hasn't faced. I think Byron's going to be a good NFL corner. I'll put him as the number 2 for the time being. He, of course, can and will play plenty of nickel corner for the Arizona Cardinals as well. I think he's better this year. Is he going to emerge as a guy that can compete with Patrick Peterson for number 1 corner duties? Probably not right now. However, I do think he's going to impress. So I do think Byron Murphy will be a better cornerback this year for the Cardinals in 2020. As a reminder, folks, we want you all to go over and subscribe to our new Cardinals YouTube channel. The link that you see below there on your screen, chatsports.com/Cardinals TV, that will take you into the YouTube channel. It's also clickable in the comments and at the pinned comment. And if you go watch that video over on our Cardinals channel, there's no YouTube ad breaks, and on top of that, there are some bonus questions thrown in. From Aspen Hall, when do you think the Cardinals will make it to the Super Bowl again? And sorry for the bad grammar. I mean, you put you instead of YOU. It's not like bad grammar in the end, Aspen. It's all good. I don't know. It has been a very long time for the Cardinals, and I want to emphasize this part here in general. Making it to a Super Bowl is extremely difficult. That's why the Cardinals did it in 2008 and haven't come all that close before. So I don't know truly when the Cardinals will make it into the Super Bowl the next time. I think they're set up for some success on offense. We'll see if Cliff Kingsbury is a good enough head coach. We'll see if Murray takes the expected step forward in year 2 and then beyond on top of that. I like the way they're building. I think they've drafted well beyond that Josh Rosen year in particular. The past 2 years have been pretty solid. So I think they'll be in contention, but that's a pretty big ask of any NFL franchise going forward.